New Year's resolutions. I wonder how many of you out there are still, going through that every year, deciding to put yourself in a box, making a rule. 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 Makes a box. A 2D box for any of you smart Alex out there. So I've not been giving myself New Year's resolutions for some years. But particularly now, I'm even more conscious of the fact that whenever you create a rule for yourself, which is meant to be for your good, i.e., you know, stop smoking, stop, cut down on chocolate, cut down on red meat, whatever it may be, or even exercise more, whenever you put up a rule, an RULE for yourself, you're going to inevitably break it because you're meant to be a free man. You're not meant to be under law. And now I will explain, because someone may say, oh, that means you can live wildly and live however you want and not care about anything or anyone. It's quite the opposite. You see, your subconscious, as it is source, so your God and man, your subconscious being the God of you, knows what is best for you already before your conscious knows it. So your conscious, which is predominated by the ego, which can become the devil, is going to counter your subconscious a lot of the time. That's why, I say that we are contradictions, because you have your subconscious going one direction and your conscious going another direction. And that is healthy to a degree. As long as you keep it balanced, then you have got the perfect, ego. You've got the perfect balance for this plane and further. But then if you if you make your subconscious wills your conscious, i.e., if you say, I must lose weight, so I must do this and that in order to lose weight, and starting from this date, the 1st of January, I'm going to do this now, you've lost already. You've broken it already. Because your conscious countering your subconscious, if you're not balanced enough, which is all of us, hence I don't make rules anymore as such, you're going to find that your conscious will consume and take over your subconscious. So I have a goal, I have an intent, which is born in my subconscious. But if I become consumed by that intent in my conscious, trust me, I am going to break that intent, because we are always striving to be free, not to be held captive. And by definition, a rule is captivity. That is why, again, I go to Jesus. Jesus said, don't worry about the laws, just worry about love. Because if you look at the essence of the laws, it's all about love. So don't get tied into the RULE, the box, because you're going to want to break out of it. So, for example, now, today's New Year's Eve, I want to look better come next New Year's Eve, right? So I have a year to improve myself. I can review the year gone and think what I need to do and how I need to get better, blah, 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 for the next year. And then I'll make decisions, right? Create rules, create some New Year resolutions, which is a very good thing, by the way, because it means that you're consciously, trying to progress and self-develop. So great. But the trick here is you don't become consumed by it in the conscious level. Because if you do, you're going to want to break free from it. So if you do have an intent which is born in your subconscious, or you have a goal which is born in your subconscious, the key here is to not bringing it to your ego, not bringing it to your conscious, to the point that your ego is fighting it, because there is a need for the counter. There's a need for left and right, up and down. That's how we make sense of things, right? So even with the conscious or subconscious, think of it as left and right. If your subconscious is left, your conscious is going to be right. Doesn't mean one is bad, one is evil. Oh, sorry, one is bad, one is good. It's just they're polar. Yeah, polarity, opposites, up, down, north, south, blah, blah, blah. So the trick here is to keeping it in the center, not taking it to your right, your conscious. It's already in your subconscious because that's how you fathomed the fact that you need to do something or you need to change something or some dynamic has to be, you know, rejigged. That's all in your subconscious, right? But because we are now trying to get out of this matrix where we are in a box, and I will explain my theory of the box later on in the year, probably in summertime. I'm thinking of doing a stream with everyone who's interested joining. You know how streams go on YouTube. Just discuss this whole illusion of, you know, rules and religion and spirituality and how you break free from the rules. Because remember, as I said before, an alchemist will appear to be someone who breaks rules, but that is because they are, because the essence of those rules, they are matching, but they're not following the details where you find the devil, right? So this is the same thing I'm explaining here in regards to actually improving. You don't want to be consumed by an intent or goal and then 3 months into the year you've given up on it because it was just too, it was too it's bondage, isn't it? When you put up, for all of you out there who have been on a diet, you will know what I'm talking about. I know this for myself anyway, you know. And I'm not talking fasting, I mean just switching up your diet but doing it on an extreme level. You're not going to enjoy your life really, are you? You're not going to enjoy your food. You want to be in a place where you are improving, but whilst you are improving, because your only guarantee is now the present, you want to be happy in those presents. You don't want your mind to be consumed and focused on the future, because you won't enjoy today, and then tomorrow you won't enjoy anyway. So don't fall into that trick of the ego. So the key with your New Year's and actually keeping your quote unquote resolutions and improving yourself is to not allow your ego to own it. Don't allow your ego to own your life, your development in that sense. You need an ego, hence you can be aware of things needed to be done for yourself. Yes, I get that. But don't allow those intents to be consumed by your ego, because your ego is there necessarily to give you doubt. Whenever you have an idea, whenever you have an intent, your ego is actually there to counter that. So that can be seen as the devil, the metaphorical devil. Your subconscious God, where you got that intent from, is there. So it's all about this battle. You're constantly trying to find the balance. It's a tightrope, and you can veer left or right at any given time if you're imbalanced, but you need to stay balanced and stay dead center and do what you need to do for your coming year. So it is very necessary, that counter, and it's actually the counter that gives energy and boost to the intent. So if you do have an intent of getting into great shape for the year, if you don't own that intent, as in, you know that it will take time, it's not going to happen overnight, you're not going to look like so and so, and you're just going to improve, you're going to look better than you did before, but it doesn't have to be drastic, as long as you feel good on the inside. That's being balanced now, right? Because you're not becoming hell-bent on your intent, on your goal. Because as soon as you veer to one side extreme, you're going to bounce back. Remember the slingshot? Pull it back. The further you pull it back, the further out it goes. That's what will happen. So you need to stay balanced on this rope. So I don't give myself any rules when it comes to the new year, at least on a conscious level. There are always rules, of course, on the subconscious, but here we're talking consciously. So on a conscious level, for me, there are no rules. Whatever goes, goes. But it is my subconscious that will direct me. So I will fulfill the things I need to fulfill, and I will do good as I need to. But it's not because I have become hell-bent in my ego on that. Because once you do that, once you become hell-bent on your rules, the fire's put out. That's why religion is dead. That's why the law is dead. That's why you need love instead of the law. Because with the love comes the law. With the law does not come the love. You see? So again, with the rules, be above the rules. Enjoy your 2017. Know that you have to improve in some shape or form. And if you don't, that's great. But all of us are constantly improving. I can't imagine anyone will ever feel they don't have to improve in any shape or fashion unless they lie to themselves. But for all of us who are sincere with ourselves and, sincerely trying to expand ourselves, yeah, you're going to want to improve, but you're not going to want to make rules for yourself, because as soon as you make a rule, you want to break out of it. At least that's the case for me. And what I have come to learn through my experiences is that you actually perform better without rules on a conscious level, because then you can stay focused on the essence, the actual big picture, not the details. Oh, I have to be like this, I can't do this, I have to do this. Nah. You don't want to play that game. Otherwise, you'll just end up wrapping yourself around. So, my people, help me out, give me tips. I'm trying to improve constantly, and that's why I'm doing this, because I feel that some of my thoughts, which I share out there, can help somebody. But if you were to ask me, I would say don't give yourself any rules. Just don't judge yourself. If I was going to give you any rule, I would say love yourself and don't judge yourself. If you're smoking and you'd rather not, but you can't help but smoke, enjoy your smoke. If you are trying to give up your chicken and you cannot, just stay away from that chicken. Enjoy that fried chicken wing. Enjoy it. Because what's the point if you don't enjoy it and you're doing it? You see what I'm saying? That's how you become an alchemist. You enjoy every moment, no matter the circumstance, no matter how it may appear to you on the surface and to others. You enjoy every moment and make the best out of every situation. That is true alchemy. People will try and make alchemy complicated. It doesn't have to be. It's as straightforward as that. You don't judge yourself and you love yourself. Therefore, you can love others and not judge them and make the best out of every situation. And I said in my previous video yesterday that 2017, you will all find that your thoughts manifest reality more than ever. It will be mind-blowing for a lot of us. So you need to check yourself right now on this last day before we enter 2017, according to Gregory, and know exactly where you want to stand and where you want to be. And make sure your focus, your third eye, your all intentions are focused on what it is you want to manifest, and it will truly come. Trust me. Peace.